Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by top trainer Mark Tibbs ahead of a big show on Saturday night. John Hedges obviously on the bill. How's he been looking in the gym?
Yeah, he's coming along nice, Dan. He's coming along really nice. We've had some good sparring earlier on in the camp. It went a little bit dry at the end of last week, and but we've had sufficient sparring enough for what we've got in front of us on Saturday night. Yeah, John's coming on really nice. I'm happy with his development. He's maturing, but let's not forget he's 20 years old. Yeah.
What's the plan for him for the rest of the year? Where would you like to see him by the end of 2022?
Well, I'd like to see him fulfil his contractual fights. I think whatever he's got on his fight contract is 5 or 6 fights. So keep chipping away, keep growing in his weight, thickening out, and maturing mentally. Like confidence is gonna grow with each fight and with each training camp. And I'm really impressed with how he's coming on. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about a couple of other fights on the bill. Ellie Scotney's going against Maria Roman, who you obviously prepared Ebony Bridges for when she won her world title. What sort of risk or what sort of... he pied you, didn't he? What sort of... Here he is. It's a savage cameo there. What sort of challenge do you expect Roman to provide for Ellie Scotney?
I feel that she's going to give Ellie, I should say, a very good fight. She's very experienced. She's getting on a little bit in age now, Roman. But be an interesting fight. I like Ellie Scotney. She's a good, resilient, hard, sharp, in and out boxer. So I like that about her. And be an interesting fight. Good fight for her.
And then the main event, we all know Buatsi's pedigree. He used to spend a lot of time in the Peacock, where Craig used to be now and again as well. I think Buatsi may be even there sometimes to spar and stuff. What would you make of that big South London derby in the main event?
Fantastic fight, great fight. I really can't pick a winner, honestly. He's come on of late, Craig Richards, and like they've all been saying after the Bivol fight, after Bivol with Canelo as well, that's going to give him extra bit of confidence. And great fight. Craig seems to, I feel he's got that height, that range, he's resilient, and he can negate work, and he's a good boxer, Craig Richards. I really rate him. He helps my fighters out when he's quite a lot, John Hedges of the world and Tommy Fletcher, up and coming pro. He helps them out really nice. Even Johnny Fisher, he gave Johnny Fisher some rounds. He's a good boxer, and Buatsi's an Olympian. I can't pick a winner. Since he's been to America, it's going to be interesting how he shapes up. I like how he sounds actually up there on the stage. There's a difference in Buatsi's approach, I feel, for this fight, and it should be. That's how it is. He's moved on. He's found a new trainer in America. What's his name? That trainer? Virgil Hunter. Of course, nice fella. I met him once in Dallas. He seems to be happy and motivated in his new setup, so that will be interesting as well. So yeah, can't wait for that fight. Good fight.
You mentioned Johnny Fisher there, recovering from an injury, I believe. Would almost certainly have been on this bill otherwise, I suppose. What's the kind of prognosis for him? When we're going to see him back?
Yeah, Johnny's been back now. I've trained him twice in the last 2 weeks. In the last week, sorry. He's with hits and paddles and started to get his levers going. Speaking to Adam Morali, his management, I expect him to be out end of July, August. Yeah, hopefully.
We look forward to seeing him back. Now, we saw a huge fight at Wembley Stadium not too long ago. Former charge of yours, Dillian Whyte, gave it his all. Unfortunately for him, came up short against Tyson Fury. It seemed from the videos I watched around the fight, you seemed to pick the pattern of the fight very well. But I'm assuming you didn't take too much satisfaction in that, given Dillian ended up on the losing side.
Yeah, no, well, listen, myself and Richie Woodall and Joe Parker was asked to talk tactics, and I'll just say as I see it, and I know Dillian's pattern, I know Tyson's pattern, and we just discussed certain things. Richie Woodall picked out the right uppercut that Dillian's vulnerable to, and we discussed it amongst us, and me looking at our Tyson boxes, it was a team effort that, but it was a good fight for British boxing fans that, and and Dillian got what he wanted, his world title fight. And what a great. I always said that to Dillian when I was with him. I says, what a great match that would be against Tyson Fury at Wembley Stadium, and it happened. The British fans got it. Yeah, it's good. 94,000 fans, was it? Yeah.
How did you feel when you were watching it, particularly the ending of the fight? Because he's not your charge anymore, but you'll always be close in a way, I guess. And it's a huge fight for his career, but it didn't end the way he would have wanted. So how did you feel watching it on TV?
I was a little, it was a working relationship, me and Dillian, but I feel we had, we was a bit more than that. It was a bit close, so it was tough to see Dillian go southpaw and try to outbox him. Me as a coach thinking, why is he doing that? And I wanted him to have faster feet and soft knees and off to the left, off to the right, and let his hands go a little bit more. But listen, Tyson Fury, he's going to be a difficult man to beat with the size and the range, like we all know as boxing fans. So listen, look, it was a difficult task in the first place. So if he brought his best game, I thought, still probably would have felt short because of how cute Tyson Fury is. But I was a little bit frustrated. I felt I could have, like we all do, why ain't he doing this, why ain't he doing that? But it was what it was. Listen, he's done well, Dillian, in his career, and it's not over for him, Dillian Whyte. He's got some big fights out there still. The AJ3 they're talking about. The AJ3 has won a piece so far, one in the amateurs deal, and one of Rage as a pro, and there's a fight there for him. But listen, that's AJ's fighting Usyk, right? Yeah. Trying to get that back. I want to see that before Dillian and AJ for sure. Yeah, I want to see that, and I'd like to see Tyson Fury stay on and fight. I think he will, and. Whoever wins out of them, AJ and Usyk, we want to see Tyson fight the winner, right? Yeah. Of course we do.
You mentioned Canelo Bivol earlier. You picked the Fury Whyte fight almost to a T. Did you have a kind of any inkling that Bivol might pull it off?
Well, no, to be fair, I did say Canelo, yeah, but I never knew Bivol, to tell the truth, Then I watched Bivol Richards, because Richards' fight coming up with Buatsi, wanted to see what, wanted to do some gauging. So I watched Bivol and Richards, and I wasn't surprised what happened in the Canelo fight with Bivol. And I feel that Bivol has got Canelo's number now, and I don't think he would ever beat Canelo. He's got the eye, 270 odd amateur fights. He's got the range, got great feet, and fearless as well. So you know what I'm saying.
Now, just before I let you go, you mentioned Tommy Fletcher briefly earlier. What's the latest with him? When are we going to see him out?
Well, Tommy Fletcher, I believe he's in good training now. We've always ticked him over. Don't want to burn him out till he got a promotional deal. He's going to be fighting on the undercard of Parker versus Joe Joyce. Wow. So he's going to make his debut on that card, I believe, early July. So we're getting him ready for that. Yeah.
How'd you size that one up? I know I said that was the final one, but as you've mentioned Parker Joyce, how'd you size that fight up? Adam Morley's not listening now. So.
Yeah, no. Well, listen, Joe Joyce is. I wasn't too impressed with Joe Joyce when he fought Stavern at Wembley. Do you remember that? Yeah. Stavern at Wembley. But since then, I've gone and watched a couple of fights at Wembley when he's been boxing, and he's impressed me. And his chin doesn't. He's got a solid granite chin, and it don't seem to be going anywhere. Because you know what I'm saying. He's imposing. His height, big, long, and solid guy, like almost like a mummy sort of fighter. But they call him Slow Joe, but he's got something which we can't put a finger on it. That's I think he's going to be a very, very dominating figure amongst the top heavyweight scene. And Joseph Parker, if he can box him out, fox him, I feel he's got stronger, Parker, but he needs to be off the line, off of both lines, off to the right, off to the left, and he's got to be mobile and use that boxability consistently from 1 to 12 rounds, because I don't think he'll have a chance to crack him or slow him up. So if he can do that, box him out boxing for 12 rounds, it'll be a points decision for Parker. But I feel that Joe Joyce has got all the attributes to be a bit more be imposing and probably get the stoppage. If it's a stoppage, I'll back Joe Joyce. If it's a points win, I feel that if he can be consistent, Joe Parker, he could get the decision. So it's a tough fight. A really good match that, actually. Really good industry match, and for sure, I feel that Joe Joyce is a threat at the world, top world level for sure. Yeah.
Brilliant, Mark Tibbs. Always a pleasure, and best of luck Saturday.
Thanks, Dave. Cheers.